everybody, welcome to the Baldock Way. I'm Jessica, and today's video is going to be all about games as stocking stuffers. So I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite games that would make the perfect stocking stuffers for kids of all ages. And the great thing about this video is it's a collaboration with Katie from Life in the Mundane, and she's going to be sharing the best board games that would make great gifts. So I will leave her video link in the description, as well as links to all of the games that you're going to see here today. Okay, let's just dive in. So card games are some of my favorite stocking stuffers. We always have them in everybody's stocking in our family. We have Five Alive. This game is for 8+, 2 to 6 players. Blink. This game is for 7+. I would say you could probably do it even as young as 5 or 6. The great thing about it is you need no reading. They just need to know their shapes, colors, and be able to count. We have Bicycle Color Addict. This is probably, I would say, one step up from Blink. So if you have Blink and love it, this would be your next one. This is 7+, ages 2 to 6. Taco, Cat, Goat, Cheese, Pizza. This game is hilarious. Ages 8+, 2 to 8 players. Similo. This happens to be the history. There are also fairy tales, fables, myths. I think there's a Harry Potter one. So there is something for everybody. This is 7+, 2+ players. Basically, you are kind of doing a Guess Who kind of thing, but a more advanced version of Guess Who. Sorry, that was loud. Roll for It. This is great if you have somebody in your life who likes a dice game. This is 8+, 2 to 4 players. Metaphor Dice. If you have somebody in your house that you're buying for that loves word games, this is great. This is for, let's see, I actually don't think, 13+. And there's no set amount of players. It can be like 1 through 10 because you're just taking turns rolling the dice. We also love the Brainwaves games. Here I have the Astute Goose and the Wise Whale. These are both ages 8 up. This one's 1 to 4 players. This one's 1 to 5. I love that this is a game that could be single player or multiplayer, so that's why we own these. So if you're looking for something like you have an only child or you're looking for something where your kids can occupy themselves, these would make great stocking stuffers. But then also you can play with multiple players as well. So they're kind of a great 2-for-1. Speaking of single player games, our absolute favorite that gets the most gameplay here is Canoodle. The other thing I love about this game is that it's great for traveling. It's all in this nice little case. And it's great for all ages because it has challenges that range from simple to difficult. There are over 200 challenges. They suggest starting at 7. This is a single player game, but a lot of times we will play it with multiples and we'll challenge each other, like Emily will do number 1, I'll try challenge 2, Kevin will try challenge 3, and we kind of keep going like that, like challenging each other to one up the other one. And then we have the classic Uno. This is for 7+, 2 to 10 players, and actually if you got a second deck, you could play with even more than 10 players. If you have classic Uno and love it and you're looking to shake it up a little bit, then I suggest Uno All Wild as kind of the second one to add to your collection. And if you're looking for a third one to add, then my third one would be Uno Flip. All 3 of those are 7 and up, 2 to 10 players, and they're all equally fun. Like, we pull them all out constantly. Phase 10 is another classic that we absolutely love. I will say that this says 2 to 6 players. It definitely plays better with 3 or more. We've played it with 2. It's just not quite as good. And it is 7+. Then we have Skip Bo. This is ages 7 and up, 2 to 6 players. Now, all of these that I'm showing you are like in the metal tins because that's my preference, but they do all also come in like the paper card things like this. So you could fit even more in a stocking because you could get them in smaller packages. Sky Joe is another one that we have fallen madly in love with lately. This is ages 8 and up, 2 to 8 players. Blobby's Pizza is a lot of fun, and it's one of those sneaky math games because it works on fractions. This is suggested for ages 9 up and 2 to 6 players. Story cubes would make a fantastic stocking stuffer, especially if you have a kid who's into writing or a wordsmith. There are tons of different ones to choose from. There is the original, and then we also have voyages, actions, and fantasy. These are suggested for ages 8 and up, and it's 1 or more players. So again, you need at least 1, but you can have as many as you want. We use these as games, to play the actual game. We use them as story starters. There are so many different uses for these. If you're a homeschool family, I definitely suggest adding these. And if you have multiple kids, you can put one in every kid's stocking because there's so many different ones to choose from. They now even have character ones. I've seen Batman, I've seen Harry Potter. So there are, like I said, tons and tons to choose from. Next up is Spot It, one of our absolute favorites. And the great thing about Spot It is there is one for everybody in your family. Like the original, which is fantastic. Marvel, if you have a Marvel lover. There is Star Wars, if you have somebody who loves Star Wars. If you have somebody who loves Harry Potter. There's also fishing. There's camping. There's animals. There's, like I said, literally one for everybody. And this is another one that's ages 7 up, but I would say because you don't need to be able to read, you're just trying to match an image on a card to another image. You could play probably as young as 5 to 6. Spot It also makes a junior version where there's less pictures on the card. So your typical Spot It has, I think it's 9, and the Spot It Junior only has 6. So it would make it a little bit easier. So if you're looking for something for even younger kids, that is what I would do, is look for Spot It Junior. But even with the original Spot It, what I would do with Emily when she was really young is I would deal myself twice as many cards as I would deal her, so that I had to basically, get rid of more cards than she did in order to win. It's kind of how we kept the playing field level when she was like 4 and 5. Okay, top trumps. Another one that there are so many, and these are the perfect size for a stocking. Like you can get a couple of these in there. We do one of these every year in Emily's stocking because there are so many to choose from. Whether you want animals, whether you want cars, trucks, planes, historical like medieval or Greek myths or Roman emperors, Disney villains, Marvel. There's also Harry Potter. In fact, there's a Harry Potter for each of the books, and there's a Witches and Wizards. There's Star Wars. There's like anything your kid is into, there's probably a top trumps on it. Then we also have Word Around. This is another one if you have a word lover. This is so much fun. This is ages 10 plus, 2 or more players, sorry. You are basically, if you have a stack, and this is the top card, when you flip it over, you're looking for the blue, and there's going to be a word on that within the blue circle, which I think it was garden. It is garden. So then, you would get that card. So the next time when you flip this, it's going to be the red circle that you're looking at, and you're trying to unravel that word. It is so much fun. And then if you want a specialty version, they also have Marvel and Disney. So, they're Marvel and Disney-esque words on the things that you're trying to unravel. So, if you're looking for a way to get your Disney or Marvel lover into maybe some more words, spelling kind of thing, those are perfect for that. Another one we have that has a lot of different options for themes is the Flux games. These are the perfect size stocking stuffers, and they come in so many different topics. We have Nature Flux, Astronomy Flux, Chemistry Flux, Anatomy Flux, and if you are specifically looking for a holiday game as a stocking stuffer, there's even a Holiday Flux. These are for ages 8 plus, all of them, and 2 to 6 players. There are so many additional topics to choose from. There's just an original Flux if you want to try the game first. Then there's also theme, I think there's a Doctor Who, there's a Looney Tunes, there's a Batman. So definitely look and see if there are versions that your kids would love. And then we have these kinds of stocking stuffers that are so cute, and I love them because they're kind of pliable. So they're perfect for like shoving in the stocking and making fit where maybe you wouldn't have been able to fit something otherwise. This is Moby. It is a number tile laying game. There's also a Moby Junior. Moby Junior is just addition and subtraction. Moby is addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. But technically you could buy Moby and play it Junior and just remove all the multiplication and division number tiles. This is for ages 8 up, 1 to 6 players. Bananagrams would be another one that would be great to kind of shove into the stocking. I also have Sumaku, which is another one, like I said, it's kind of pliable, so it would be really, really good for that. This is Pure Adding Fun. It's another math kind of laying game. Let's see if I can get the rules out here. Ages 9 up, 2 to 6 players. And if you are looking for something that's just a little more than a stocking stuffer, like you love the idea of these games and you're thinking, what can I add with them to make it more of a gift than just a stocking stuffer? The two things that I like to add with card games that makes it a little more are either these card holders. These are our favorite. They just kind of stand and you can stick your cards in them. Or this card shuffler, which is an automatic card shuffler. That thing just goes right there to hold the cards. And it kind of depends on which game that we're going to gift. So if we're going to gift something like an Uno, we would obviously, I mean, either would work, but the card stands would be the perfect one for that because you would have so many in your hand. Or if you're doing one where maybe you lay the cards down like 𝐂𝐲, then the shuffler would be the one I would pick. Or if you're gifting one to somebody who you gifted a card game to last year, you can just give them the one you didn't give them before. So if you gave them card holders, then this year you can give them a shuffler because card shuffler and holders make a great addition to any card game. Don't forget to check out the description box for a link to Katie's video so you can see all of her board game suggestions, as well as a link to card games and the perfect games for stocking stuffers if you are looking for even more ideas. But before you go, leave me some of your favorite games for stocking stuffers in the comments because I'm always looking to add to our collection.